Brian Schottenheimer is working absolute magic with the Dallas Cowboys, and it's about time he gets his flowers. The way this offense is clicking, you can't ignore what's happening in Dallas. On top of that, we've got key players returning from injury, and even a long-awaited debut to talk about, so trust me, this is going to be a loaded breakdown. And hey, before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a single Cowboys update. Sure, in the grand scheme, Mahomes might still be the guy, but week in and week out, Dak is showing he belongs in that elite conversation. What's crazy is this isn't just a one-time thing. Dak has already led multiple number 1 ranked offenses in his career, under different coaches and different systems. Think about that, how many quarterbacks can say they've done it under Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy, and now Schottenheimer? Not many. That's special. And you can see it on the field. Dak isn't just running the offense, he understands it. He knows why every single play is being called, and that mastery is what's fueling his success right now. This isn't luck, this is greatness in action. One thing I've really grown to appreciate about Brian Schottenheimer is just how clear his vision is. Every play he calls feels intentional, and Dak Prescott himself even talked about it in a recent interview. Dak said that for the first time in a long time, every call makes complete sense, he knows exactly why the ball is supposed to go to a certain spot, and how it sets up the next play. That level of detail shows how locked in this coaching staff really is. And honestly, Dak and Schottenheimer feel like the perfect duo. Nobody expected this partnership to be so impactful, but it's turning out to be exactly what the Cowboys needed. Dak looks like he's back to his elite, top 5 form, and that's something fans have been waiting to see for a long time. Big shout out to QB1 for stepping up and delivering. But before we get carried away with all the positivity, we have to talk about the other side of things, injuries. And right now, the Cowboys are dealing with plenty of them. Trayvon Diggs is officially listed with a knee issue. He may not admit it's bothering him, but the team continues to limit his practice reps, likely out of caution. It could just be about giving him time to rest, but it's still something to keep an eye on. On a more encouraging note, the Cowboys have activated the 21-day practice window for rookie corner Kalen Carson and wide receiver Jonathan Mingo. Both have been working their way back, and if things go well, we could see them return to the field as soon as the Panthers game. If Carson and Mingo don't make it back for the Panthers matchup, I'd expect them on the field by the Commanders game. And while that should help, let's be real, Kalen Carson isn't a guaranteed fix for this secondary. Based on what we saw last year, I can't sit here and say his return is going to change everything overnight. This Cowboys cornerback group has struggled to fully adjust to the zone-heavy scheme, and Carson might need time to find his rhythm, too. Honestly, guys like Reggie Stewart, or even younger depth pieces, might already be further along in terms of comfort. To me, real help at corner isn't coming until Josh Butler and Savion Revel are back. Those two have the talent to actually stabilize things alongside Darren Bland and Trayvon Diggs. That's not a knock on Carson, it's just the reality. He needs space to grow into his role as an NFL player without the weight of savior-level expectations on his shoulders. Fans have to give him time to develop, or else it could set him back. Now, let's dive into the latest injury report. Marshawn Nealon popped up with an ankle issue. Darren Bland was listed but is now a full participant, which is great news. Kenneth Murray was limited. Kavonte Turpin hasn't practiced all week. Tyler Smith is also out. Miles Sanders remains sidelined, which ties directly into something we'll break down shortly. CeeDee Lamb and Malik Hooker are banged up, and with Hooker's absence, the Cowboys will be forced to start a new safety this week. And here's the big one, rookie lineman Tyler Guyton is still in concussion protocol and hasn't practiced. That's a red flag. If he can't get at least limited reps by Friday, the odds of him suiting up on Sunday drop big time. That means Dallas could be heading into this matchup with a skeleton crew on the offensive line, no starting guards, no starting tackle, and no starting center. That's a nightmare scenario against any defense. Right now, the Cowboys' offensive line is hanging on by a thread. With injuries piling up, the only reliable starter left standing is Terrence Steele. That means we could be seeing names like TJ Bass, Brock Hoffman, Nate Thomas, and maybe even Hakeem Adeniji filling the trenches. And let's be honest, that's a scary thought when you're facing a hungry New York Jets team desperate for their first win. The backups did step up last week, though. The offensive line held its own, and the Cowboys were still able to move the ball on the ground. But the big question now is, can they keep doing it? Because as much as protecting Dak Prescott is priority number one, the real engine of this offense has been the run game. That balance is what makes everything look so smooth for Dak. Back in 2023, so many of his plays looked forced, like he had to pull off something spectacular just to keep drives alive. This year, thanks to Schottenheimer's scheme and the offensive rhythm, it all feels natural. The run sets up the pass, and Dak is thriving because of it. But with so many injuries, this is going to be the ultimate test of Dallas' depth. Last week gave us a glimpse that the backups can hold their own, but this week is an even bigger challenge. Friday's practice reports are going to tell us a lot about who's ready. And speaking of fresh faces, rookie running back Jaydon Blue is finally set to make his debut. He may not be starting, but he's expected to get his first real snaps. Cowboys fans have been waiting for this moment, and you know he's been waiting even longer. If there's one thing Blue has done while riding the bench, it's stay ready. He's about to put those flashy cleats to real use, and I can't wait to see how he looks when he finally hits the field. And let's be real, Jaydon Blue has style. He loves his fits, and honestly, I don't mind that at all. Your skill position players are supposed to bring some flair. They're the box office guys, the ones who light up the field and the spotlight. If your running back shows up with swag and then backs it up on game day, I'm all for it. The Cowboys need more marketable playmakers, and Blue has that potential. That's why I'm excited to finally see the rookie take the field. If the Cowboys can at least get 3 of their starting offensive linemen out there, like last week, Blue will have a chance to run behind a unit that can actually open some lanes. And the real question is, can he give us more juice than Miles Sanders has so far? Now, to be fair, Sanders hasn't been bad. He's been solid, giving the Cowboys steady production. But what he hasn't been is a home run hitter. Javonte Williams has been strong, too, but he's not that breakaway threat either. Dallas is missing that explosive spark in the backfield, the kind of runner who can take one cut and go the distance. Sanders was supposed to be that guy, but it feels like he's lost a step. And sometimes, as harsh as it sounds, injuries create opportunities that fans have been waiting for. Blue has earned his shot, and with Schottenheimer making these guys fight for every snap, he's going to value every second he gets on the field. Through the first 4 weeks of the season, the Cowboys are at the top of the league in rushing, without a running quarterback inflate. Dallas doesn't. This running game is built on pure backfield production and offensive line execution. Now the stage is set. Can Jaydon Blue add another weapon to what's already one of the most dangerous ground attacks in football? When you strip away the teams with dual-threat quarterbacks, guys like Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, or Jaden Daniels, the Cowboys are right near the top of the league in rushing yards by actual running backs. That's not inflated by QB scrambles, it's pure ground and pound production. Now, sure, the Ravens still lean on Derrick Henry, and he's been dominant in his own right. But here's the bottom line, the Cowboys are essentially a top 2 rushing team in the NFL when you look strictly at running backs. And that's no accident. This is Brian Schottenheimer's magic. We saw him build strong running games with the Jets, then with the Seahawks, and now it's happening again in Dallas. He promised during the off-season that the ground game would be back, and guess what? He delivered. Without a dual-threat quarterback, the Cowboys are sitting near the very top of the league in yards per carry. That's proof of a system that works. And the Cowboys just added even more speed to the mix. There's a new number 11 in Dallas, wide receiver Paris Campbell. Yep, they gave him that jersey right away, which is pretty wild considering who used to wear it. Campbell is back with the Cowboys, and his role is expected to be on special teams. Outside of Coordinator Turpin, the return game has been shaky. They've tried Miles Sanders back there, and let's be honest, it hasn't worked. If Campbell still has that blazing speed he showed earlier in his career, he could give the Cowboys a much-needed spark in the return game. Right now, Coordinator Turpin has been the only real spark on kick returns. If Paris Campbell still has that burner speed, this could turn out to be a sneaky good pickup for Dallas. He adds a wrinkle that could genuinely change field position. If Jaydon Blue isn't going to start at running back right away, it might make sense to give him some special teams reps as well. Imagine Campbell and Blue back deep together, two legit 4.2 to 4.3 speed guys threatening opposing coverage teams every single kick. That's the kind of danger that tilts the field. The Cowboys have a lot swirling right now: injuries, roster changes, new opportunities, but it's also a chance to see what this team is really made of. I'm excited to see how they look against the New York Jets. I'm excited to see what Jaydon Blue brings to the offense. And I'm excited to watch this defense continue to tighten up after showing improvement last week. Either way, Cowboys Nation, buckle up. This team is evolving right before our eyes, and every week feels like a new chapter in a season that's just getting started.